to cut everybody off. Like that.
What's going on?
I don't think
That's wild, bro.
Where are we coming up with these questions? Orgy going on? My man, he's a show.
She aged like cheese. Speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
Practically become Bruce Wayne.
What we gotta do, Mika?
Push the goddamn button, man.
What's up, bro? What's going on, man? What's that going on, everybody out there?
You cool?
I'm cool, brother. I'm cool. Cool.
Can you see?
I can, man. I can. I see very well.
Oh,
You make
what's up
fun of my,
with,
you make fun of my glasses
What's up with the
with my bifocals?
what you got going on, man?
I don't know, man. I like these. I like these, man. They're very vintage.
Like, are you wearing
Like I
them for
used- like I
style, or are
used to
you
work
wearing them
for-
because you actually need them?
No, brother. These are prescription.
Oh, so you actually need those?
Yeah, I actually, yeah.
Welcome to the club, nigga.
I mean, I've been at them. I just, yeah. Sometimes I just don't, don't be winning. Just don't be winning, man. What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling on this good old Juneteenth Sunday? We celebrate the whole weekend.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I had a feeling that Indiana was gonna pull an upset tonight, but Halliburton's leg is cooked. So I don't know. They keeping it closer. We're gonna see what happens. Other than that, man, I'm chilling, bro.
Okay, brother.
Ready to talk about how these niggas really played Battleship in real life.
They did. They played Battleship in real life with ships that move. So confession before we jump into everything and we introduce the show and stuff. So this movie is a movie that if I just want to have a movie to listen to in the background while I'm getting ready to go to sleep, I put this movie. I don't know whether it's a comfort movie. I don't know. Something about it. Very nostalgic. Very this ain't gonna never happen. Like,
This was what, 2012?
2012. This was 2012.
Okay.
But anyway, before we jump into the show, we're gonna go ahead and introduce the show because that's what we're supposed to do. What's up, everybody? We'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Popcorn in Your Beer podcast. I'm your host, Rashad, aka that was an overkill.
And last but not least, I am the King MOE, aka Old Heads Unite.
Old heads unite. Johnny United. They united everything. So yeah, 2012, this movie came out, and man, Rihanna was at like the peak of her career, blowing up. She had just got out of a toxic relationship, to say the least. And she jumped right into this movie, man, and it was a very interesting watch. Very interesting watch.
Yeah, she did good, man. I ain't gonna lie, she did good.
Yeah, it's just the only thing that kind of, like, I guess, bothered me about this was the fact that, okay, Rihanna's not American. Alexander Skarsgård is not American. No, it wasn't. Was it Alexander? No. It was it was Alexander Skarsgård. I'm sorry, but he was an American. I don't think the dude that played the brother was American. Liam Neeson is definitely not American. You hear it. So it's just like it was a lot of people in here that were playing Americans that they just could have went out and
But I
got
mean,
Americans.
the military
What's
is
up?
always going
What's
to be a
going on,
melting
JJ?
pot.
No, I get that. I get that. I get that.
So,
I'm just saying.
So,
I get
I
that
mean,
part.
outside of this being the U.S. military, it wouldn't have made no sense. But because it's the U.S. military,
Yeah,
I mean,
I get you.
You feel me?
Because it's kind of like having John Claude Van Damme playing Colonel Gayu.
At the time,
Hey, that movie, hey, still rocks, still fire.
at the
That
time,
movie
they
is
were
still
like,
fire.
you know what, this might be the best we can get.
Movie still fire. Anyway, let's jump into the cast, and then let's jump into the description of this movie. We have Taylor Kitsch. Now, if you don't know him, if you haven't seen what's the movie? John somebody. John Carter. He was in Lone Survivor. He was in The Covenant. He played I think one of the best friends in The Covenant. If you haven't seen The Covenant, it's one of my favorite like witch movies. He played Gambit in X-Men Wolverine Origins, which was
That's the one I was thinking. Yep, that's the one.
it was
That's where I remember him from.
Yeah, it was
Because
that.
Channing Tatum,
Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself there. Yeah. Anyway, you have Liam Neeson, you have Rihanna, you have Alexander Skarsgård, and like they went out to pay some money for some of these people that were in the movie. But the rest of the cast is kind of a mixture of people who have had like one-off movies. Jesse Plemons is in this as Rihanna's basically movie sidekick. If you don't know who Jesse Plemons is, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, if you haven't seen the movie Civil War, which is a crazy movie, like we got to review that. If you haven't seen Like Mike, he played the friend to Lil Bow Wow. He's been around for a while. The Irishman, he was in that. So yeah, they got some people in here that are some pretty
notable names.
Yeah, triple stacks. But anyway, let's jump into the description of Battleship. Now, if you never played Battleship before and you don't know what's going on, this movie will basically tell it for you. And the reason why I know this movie so much, it came out a day after my birthday. Anyway, Lieutenant Alex Hopper is a weapons officer aboard the destroyer USS John Paul Jones, while his older brother Stone is the commanding officer of the USS Sampson. Unknown to Alex, Stone, or the rest of the U.S. Navy, alien invaders have arrived on Earth with plans to steal Earth's resources. When a confrontation with the invaders knocks out the Navy's radar capability, American and Japanese forces must work together to find a way to save the planet. And what's up, Keon? It's all right, cool. It's cool. We can learn your little something. But as far as the description of the movie, that's really what this is. It's nothing that they're trying to hide from you. I mean, it's really cut to the point. Aliens invade. The military has to work together to try to stop this. Now, the movie kind of kicks off with Alex and his brother celebrating his birthday. And basically, Alex is there. It's a woman at the bar. She getting litty. What's up, Cor? She getting litty.
He was a bum on his brother's couch, by the way.
He was a bum on his brother's couch. He had no job. He had no nothing. You know what I'm saying? What he said he He had $10 to his name, and
He was practically Jack Black's character from School of Rock.
Yeah, he ain't had nothing. He was broke. He was broke. He was a scrub, as TLC. As TLC would say, he was a scrub. But there was this lady in there. He didn't know who she was at the time. His brother was in the military. He basically like, hey man, look, you just turned 37. I'm gonna need you to do something with your life. I need you to get a job, get out, do some things, get a job. He said, oh, you said job twice. He said, yeah, because you need a job. So for his birthday wish, he wanted the young lady at the bar. Now she over there, it's like 10 o'clock at night. Early kind of drinking days. They both drunk already. And she's like, hey, I want a chicken burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but a chicken burrito is not a good meal to have after you done had some drinks. Your stomach gonna get a little spicy. But she said she wanted a chicken burrito. So she went. So this is how crazy us men folk are, right?
Mm-hmm.
For these women folk.
Mm-hmm.
This man go across the street to 7-Eleven, right? He
Before
like, hey
that.
man.
Before that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, like how he threatened the bartender. Hey man,
he went
burrito.
To the bar, and the bartender was like, "Hey, car, the kitchen already closed." And he was like, "Where you can't."
It's one chicken burrito, cuz one chicken.
But he wasn't budging. He was like, "The kitchen already closed, bro. I'm not cutting that grease back on. I'm not cutting the warmers back on. The vegetables have already been put up. I'm not chopping no chicken.
I ain't doing nothing.
I don't know what to tell you." So this man decided, you know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this young lady a chicken burrito. So he was like, you know what? They got a corner store across the street. So he's full sprinting across the street, and the lady who runs the store is locking it up
for a chicken burrito.
For one singular chicken burrito, because he is so
not even a meal.
To this woman that he's never seen in his life, never met. But to impress her, he is going. He trying to make it look like he pulling strings, like he got pulled. Like, look, fuck what they talking about. I'm gonna get you this chicken burrito.
Yeah, girl.
So he trying to get the lady to unlock the door, and she's like, "Hey, you don't CP time tonight, cuz like I don't know to tell you." Like
she said too many calories. It's late. It's too many calories in that burrito.
You know what I'm saying? You know I'm punctual. You know I close on time. You know how I get that. Are you gonna wait till the last minute to come over here to get one burrito? Because what has been my theme lately that we've noticed in these movies? Hoochie Pappy changes everything.
That it do.
So this man goes full on America's Dumbest Criminals to get inside of this. Jesus Christ. To get in this convenience store.
What was his plan? Like, what? Like, okay, so this is my thing. Like drop tile ceilings, right? It's soft. So the aluminum that holds them is not strong. If you step on that, guess what's gonna happen? You fall into gravity. First of all, how did he get inside of the roof anyway? Because that's a wild situation. But thinking that you about to just walk on these aluminum strips. I mean, sometimes, some schools,
Never seen the movie. Cool. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh my god. Oh, you missed out. I'm sorry. That was a part of life you missed out.
Listen, listen. Back in the day,
Never played
playing
the game.
back in the day, the Battleship game was some a little different. Now, I don't know how the game is now. But I know like playing the game back
It's
then, you
literally
had
an
like
iPhone game right now.
I don't want to play it on the iPhone though. Like, bro, it was something about setting up your ships, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like Hasbro did their thing with this. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the original game, the OG game. I remember it was a board. You had your pieces set up, and they advanced the game later on, like going down. But like I remember the OG original blue game that had the thing. Now you can play Battleship on iPhone games against each other, and that is fun. That is fun. Like if you
But I
haven't
do
played it,
remember playing the actual board game.
but playing the actual board game was
You
fun
fold it
too.
up. They go back to back. You on one side, the
Hmm.
person you playing against on the other side. You pick your
But
spot. You call
but
the numbers out.
kid commercials, but commercials used to be so fire for toys. Man, used to be so fire for toys. So them doing like this movie, and I think that's what it is. It's the nostalgia of it all for them to do this movie, and it's just what's up, Q. It's just one of those things where you know, the actual the actual game was fun. So like it made the movie fun for me. Just because I'm just like, hey, how would they do this in real life? Like, how would they actually make this a thing in real life? And of course, the answer is aliens, or it could have been dinosaurs, but it was aliens.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaurs, like Battleship versus Godzilla. Like, yeah, that'd be fun. Hey, comic book world, make that happen, please and thank you. But to say the least, like he drops through every single ceiling tile and falls on all the chips, then mashed up all the Doritos, all the hot fries,
All the cup
all the
noodles.
Lays, all the cup noodles, everything just on the ground. He done messed up everything trying to get this burrito for this girl.
This man probably caused like $1,000 worth of damage for a $3
What, $2
burrito.
burrito? Hey, so he gets the burrito finally. Mind you, this is a microwavable burrito. It's not even like an
Like
upper
a
echelon.
freshly hand wrapped
No,
burrito.
no. This is a Dollar Tree dollar store burrito that you
Goddamn
just throw in
gas
this
station
microwave
packages.
7-Eleven and you move on with your life. So he gets out and all you see is all these people coming outside because you hear sirens. Now
Local
you see
authorities
him
have already
running.
made it there.
The local authorities are there because they heard the break in. He left the little $3 and change on the countertop, but he done caused, as Mo said, thousands of dollars worth of damage. So that's not gonna cover it. Not only that, this man caused accidents right across the street trying to get back to the bar to get his girl a burrito. I don't know how long this took, but it had to be like 10, 15 minutes. So he's running back across the street, and all you hear is freeze. And of course, he doesn't freeze. So they're like, I bet we're gonna tase you. So they tase him in the back. He look at her, he trying to get to her with the burrito. So you already know what they're gonna do. Tase him again. We're gonna hit him with it again. So he give her the burrito, And she like, thank you. You sacrificed your freedom for
You went through
$3.18
all of this
for $3. 3 of them things. Now I don't know about you, brother, but I done did some crazy things. I ain't never do
We
this.
all have.
I ain't never do this. This
Nah, this is
this
crazy.
ain't on my list.
Crazy. There's a fine line between crazy and stupid.
Yeah, this ain't on my list. Like on my list of things, this ain't it. But
So after that whole fiasco, his brother is waking him up off of his couch like, hey, get your bum ass up, cuz we gotta talk. He still got taser marks in his back. He still, you know what I'm saying? That his brother is like, look,
you messing with my job, cuz.
That's all right though.
That was the general's daughter.
But that's all right, because I got an idea. We finna join the Navy.
Well, he was already in the Navy.
And he's like, yeah, you finna come. You about to join the Navy.
You coming with me, big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Learn you some responsibilities and get your life together.
And get them together.
Get your life together.
And it's crazy because, like, you could anytime that Alexander Skarsgård is in a movie, you could always see like his height. The man's 6'4". But like anytime you see him, like in movies or TV, like if somebody standing next to him that's not that, you're gonna be able to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because he all of 6'4". I don't know how you have all them babies and all your babies that tall. Because I think Bill is like 6'5" or 6'6" or something like that. They all might be 6'4". Anyway, continue.
So boom, fast forward to them being in the Navy, and basically him going through hell and high water to get her that chicken burrito pays off, because they end up in a long-term committed relationship to the point where they are discussing marriage.
Correct.
So there's this big no, it wasn't an award ceremony. They were about to have these
the games,
these Navy games, and they board this old vintage.
Was that before or after the soccer game? I think that was before. I think that was. No, it was the soccer game.
The soccer game
was the soccer. No, soccer game was after.
Right.
The award
I
ceremony.
forgot all about the soccer game.
Yeah,
so they have the opening ceremony to the naval games, and Hopper is late because he was probably clapping the general's daughter's cheeks. So they both show up late, and you know what I'm saying, they got all of the esteemed high-ranking soldiers, all the low-level soldiers. They got a VIP section with like all the old veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty much like the opening day of, we about to get these games going, yada, yada, yada. So they finished giving opening speeches and things of that nature. And I think that's when we get to the soccer game.
Yep. Right after he introduces his brother's saying like a speech or whatever, they cut to the soccer game in the next scene where you see Rihanna bullying somebody. I don't know who she was. But she was bullying somebody during the soccer game and whatever. And it seems like the US is doing their thing. It seemed like they were down, but they were doing their thing, and then Hopper goes up for a kick and gets bicycle kicked in the face. And everybody's like, oh, no.
Like
concussion. So
his brother was like, I gotta pull you and have somebody do your penalty kick for you. But Hopper, he let his ego get in the way. He was like, nah, I got it. And he pulled a shorty from Sunset Park. They tried to put BZB in. He said, man, sit down before I beat you there.
He was like, man, you can't threaten my soldiers. Well, I just did. I just did. Now watch me make this kick.
And proceeds to kick the ball in the exact same trajectory as a Barry Bonds home run to center right field. Instead of kicking the ball towards the goal, this man kicked the ball to the sun.
So if he would have kicked it from like further back, it might have made it.
It might have, but I mean, it would have gave the goalie more time to track where the ball was going.
That's right.
Well, not to mention throughout the course of the soccer game, him and the Japanese dude was talking cash money shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when he missed the penalty kick, which either would have tied the game or won them the game,
I think it would have tied the game.
It would have at least
and then
tied.
They would have won in the overtime, yeah.
But he misses the kick, they lose because of his arrogance and because he's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And
brother, did he pull a Major Pain? When he was like, "Do you want to die today?" He was like, "Good choice."
close enough.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, close enough. So I think this is where we transition to.
He goes.
Both Hopper and the Japanese guy had to go before.
No. That was they went because they went to he went to the bathroom. He's like, man, he's trying to work up the courage to ask the general for his daughter's hand. He's like, hey man, what's your deal, man? I just want to marry your daughter, man. What's your daughter? I just want to marry your daughter. I just want to marry your daughter. And so the Japanese dude walk in, and he like, hey, I heard you've been talking that mess. Well, since everybody want to be a soldier, let's go to war.
What's up? Let's go to war.
And they start squabbling in the bath. So much that somebody ran and told on, snitched on them. So they standing before the admiral telling this bogus story about slipping and sliding in the bathroom,
which was hilarious because they both couldn't stand each other.
But they
both were covering each other, trying to both uphold this lie that it was an honest accident.
And it was so stupid. Like the story was so stupid. One of the other soldiers was like, "Did you just say Jerry Lewis?"
Oh yeah.
So
the Japanese man just said Jerry Lewis.
He said Jerry Lewis. So he like, man, hey man, y'all get out, leave me with this sucker right here real fast. I need to talk to him. So he tell him, man, look, bro, you're stupid, but you're talented, but you're wasteful. You get on my nerves.
You're very talented, you're very smart, you got potential,
but you're wasted.
And you wasted it.
But you
feel me?
I don't see what my daughter's seeing you, but I don't understand. Maybe you got something that I don't know about, but boy.
But from what I can see, you stupid.
So he goes back.
Do you have anything to say to me? Anything?
He said no, sir.
Next.
So the whole little speech he worked on, he was like, nah, I ain't got it.
So then he leaned in and was like, hey, enjoy these games, Lieutenant Hopper, because they're
gonna be your last. So he goes back to the ship. Basically say, hey man, I don't want to talk about it. So he giving his speech, and of course, Rihanna's like, "Hey man, I don't know who this Mike Tyson
He,
Pitbull want to be."
yeah, he was like, these two is like Mike Tyson and Donald Trump.
He said, He said, "I could have sworn I heard Donald Trump." She was like, "Oh,
And,
that's just."
and if my memory served me correctly, I think I heard Mike Tyson. She was
She's
like,
like, "Oh
"That's
man,
because
that was just
both of y'all are physically intense, sir." And he was like, "Yeah, okay,
yeah,
physically intense, my foot." Now, mind you, this whole time, NASA has this operation based out of Hawaii where they have these satellites where at 8:43 every morning they send this magnified signal. They basically they believe that they found another Earth-like planet where it's the same size as Earth. It damn near has the same amount of water as Earth. It's the same distance from its star that Earth is from the sun. It's the most Earth-like planet. It can inhabit life that they can find that they found clear on the other side of the universe. So NASA's using their technology to send this amplified signal towards that planet every 24 hours, trying to gain contact with this planet. So they get contact.
not for who they
And,
want to get though.
and they was like, you know what? I'm tired of these niggas calling my phone. Fuck it, we gonna pull up.
But
They
it
pulled up.
wasn't who they thought it was.
They pulled up like Buddy from what was the other Rihanna movie? Home. Oh, they pulled
Mm-hmm.
up. They pulled up expeditiously. It was like, you know what? I'm tired of this nigga calling my phone. I be ignoring. Earth keep calling me. We keep ignoring their calls. But you know what? Fuck it. Get a. All right. Hey, we go. We about to answer this call. So they on the ship, and they radar start picking up some aircraft that's closing in on their location. So initially, nobody's really paying it too much attention and really taking it serious because they're thinking, oh, this is the kind of shit that they got planned for these games. This
Right.
they don't all out to test us and do X, Y, and Z, this, that, and third, yada yada yada. So the aircrafts pull up, and the eye test is telling everyone, hey, this shit ain't right. But is this a part of the games though? Like, are they fucking with us? But at the same time, this ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
So then two of
They
the
were like,
ships,
"Oh, it's the Japanese."
but the Japanese was with them on the boat.
Mm-mm. They were on the other ship.
Yeah, because they had the John Paul and the Samson,
And then I
and then
forgot
the
what
Japanese had.
right.
So these ships done landed. They done put up this big old giant Simpsons dome where nothing could get in, nothing could get out. And the ship that the admiral was on, it was like two or three ships that was outside the bubble, and there was two or three. There was three of them on the inside. So initially, they're like, okay, so we got to get out and make contact because we don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know if this is real or fake. We don't know if this has anything to do with the games, or we don't know. So ain't nobody's really like stressed out. Nobody's scared, but they're alert. They're like, okay, we got to see what the hell is going on because this shit is weird. So Hopper, uh, Beast, and Rihanna, they get on a little speedboat with a turret gun on it and go over to this whatever this thing is. And
Why we always got to investigate stuff, man? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go the other way.
so meanwhile, while all this is going on, Hopper's old lady is a physical therapist, and there's this place where they have a lot of young and old, veteran, prior active duty soldiers who had lost like limbs in battle, and it was like a rehabilitation center.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah, is it Sarah? Sarah gets assigned to this guy named Mick. Mick is a straight up G. You don't get that early on, but later on in the movie, it's like, yo, this nigga Mick is a straight up G. So she gets assigned to this old army vet who was a double amputee that had no legs, Lieutenant Dan. And he always got an attitude. So he was a very, very, very decorated soldier in the army.
He was my favorite character.
Oh, hands down.
I don't even care. He was my favorite character. That man said,
he looked the op in the face and was like, I got this.
He said,
you got what?
He said, just keep walking and look ahead. Hey, I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Keep your head straight.
On the green dot. What the fuck you think I'm focusing on?
He said, turn it off.
Turn this shit off now. So she was like, yeah, I'm your new physical therapist, this, that, and third. Wham. And he just had attitude the whole movie. And she was she was like, bro, you gotta chill. He was like, look, when I lost my legs, I lost my fight. I'm half a man, and a half a man isn't good enough to be a soldier. And like, bro, you already retired. But what is so real and so relatable about him saying that is there's people in real life who they do 15, 20, 25, 30 years in the military.
And that's all they know.
And then when they separate, that's all they know how to do is be a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Get up early. You know, the old saying goes, we do more before 9 a.m. than you do in your whole day. Like he was one of those people where you separate from the military and you don't necessarily adapt well to civilian life because all you know is how to be a soldier. So he's dealing with, I can't even be anything close to what I used to be because I ain't got no legs.
Brother, when she took him on that walk, man, and
my dog must have climbed this mountain.
She was like, you doing so good.
What's the dog named Mustard?
She was like, you doing so good. He was like, that's nothing. My dog Mustard could climb this mountain. She was like, well, maybe you should bring him up here. Mustard's dead. He just he was so bro, he was so funny, bro. Like, because he was dead serious when he said it too. He was
dead serious the whole movie.
Like, Mustard's dead.
Yeah, my grandma would climb this mountain.
Hey, man.
So, while they're up hiking in the mountains, Hopper calls Sarah because at this point, Hopper's brother pulled him to the side and was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I just got off the line with the JAG office. They're thinking about kicking you out the Navy because, like, after the games is over, they're gonna cut you up. So he called Sarah and was like, hey, my bad, I fucked up. And she was like, stop fucking up shit. He was like, all right.
But he must have been in for a minute if he made lieutenant.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Well, he ain't had no college education, so he wasn't going straight into it being
he had no college education.
Yeah, so we don't know that.
But I mean, he probably rode his brother's coattail.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was the more solid, the more, you know what I'm saying, good head on the shoulders, straightforward. So under his brother's leadership, you know what I'm saying, he got as far as he did.
Because his brother was a commander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she gets off the phone with him and they're putting together a plan. No. When the Admiral tried to get in contact with the Samson and the John Paul and the Japanese ship, that bubble jammed all communication. It was almost like a visual EMP. It was a force field. so they couldn't communicate to the ones on the inside, and vice versa.
Yeah, because I think it didn't cut off his no, it didn't cut off his conversation with her. Like they ended, he was like, I'm I messed up or whatever, and she was like, well, stop messing up, and then they got off the phone. So yeah, so I guess like
the admiral tried to send a plane through that motherfucker, and it was like, nope.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Then he gonna try to radio to the plane. Talking about 404 come in. I'm like, nigga, did you just not see what happened? Did you not just see who gonna pick that phone up?
Not the pilots. Not the pilots. Brother. So this what was crazy. So from the point where they go on the ship and he's like, all right, man, I'm about to test. Like they get to the ship and he gets off of the ship and starts getting on top of the thing. Mm. And I forgot what he did, but from that point on, chaos. Like
he got electrocuted.
Yeah, he got electrocuted. He got shot back. He tried to lift a latch or something like that.
He tried to do something.
And he got electrocuted. And then next thing you know, all these weapons and gadgets and stuff, they just start fighting.
There were two ships that were submerged underwater. And they both came up like, hey, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So they started exchanging fire. Now what? So they start. It's a big crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna, Beast, and Hopper are still on the speedboat.
Mm-hmm.
She's firing the speedboat gun at this ship, and it looked like she was throwing rocks at the sun.
Yeah, basically. That's all it was.
It was like, I don't know what you think you do.
What are you shooting at? You making it mad.
You wasted ammo. So
he should be. I don't know what he say. Ray, you gonna make it mad? Like a ghost,
like a dead ghost. Yeah. So they managed to get back to the ship. I don't know how.
Yeah.
But
because I think they started focusing on the other ships. I think that's what it was.
The alien aircrafts were shooting these. They were lobbing these. I don't know how to describe
balls.
They're like they were like cylinders.
Balls of
that
death.
Once they landed. Once they landed on the ship, they exploded.
Mm-hmm.
Now this was before the Beyblade shit. Now,
mm-hmm.
So the first ship that they take down is the Japanese ship.
Yeah, they're in the water. So Stone, his crew fires on the ship. So they just let loose on the ship. And brother, when I tell you, them aliens, they said, "Oh, bet, don't worry about it. You about to die. You and everybody on that ship about to die." See, we were trying to be nice, but yeah, we're gonna be nice and like just take y'all as captives and whatever. But no, you about to die. And it was crazy because it happened so fast that when so in like Battleship, you put all the little plugs there. Bro, they lit that shit up with so many different like little bombs.
Because at first they were only firing like 2 or 3 at a time. So the auto turrets on the ships had enough time to shoot them out of the sky before they landed on the boat.
Yeah, they shot 137 of them at once.
The ship that Stone was on, they had that motherfucker covered from end to end.
I was like, bro.
I say,
yeah.
And Hopper just watched his brother get blowed up.
Bro, that's crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, hey man.
So now the Japanese ship is gone, and now the Samson is gone. The only one left is John Paul Jr.
Right. But
So
the thing about the Japanese ship was it was only sunk. It wasn't blown up.
mhm.
Yeah. What's up, Chris?
What's happening?
So they like, hey man, take me back to the ship. So Hopper get back on the ship. He like, hey man, whatever we got, we about to send it up.
Because first he was like, who's next in command?
Oh,
And everybody on the ship was like, you really want to answer that question? So it's you, bro. And then Orty was like, bro, please give me a direct order. So I don't know what to do. Just tell me to do something.
Tell me
He was
to
like,
do something. He was like, man, I don't know what to do.
Tell me to do something.
This your job. You know what I'm saying?
And Beast was looking like look, now that you in charge. Beast was like, his look was saying, now that you in charge, please don't tell us to do nothing stupid.
And guess what he did?
First thing he said,
something stupid.
Oh, we finna empty the clip. And Beast was like, are you sure about that? Hey man, y'all heard it, nigga, bro. Man, come on, bro. Like, all right. That's what he said to do, so let's do it.
Yep.
But at this point, Hopper is operating out of emotion because his brother just got clapped.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? He's already emotional because he's about to get discharged from the Navy. The one person who he had that was a model of excellence is now gone.
Him dead.
Now I'm the leader. I'm the captain now. Let me lace these black forces up because they not finna get away with what they just did to my brother. So at one point it took Beast to like grab him by the collar because he wanted to issue another attack, and he was like, "Bro,
it's soldiers in the water.
We got soldiers in the water, cuz like you in charge now, but don't be stupid. You was already stupid once. Don't be stupid again.
Don't be stupid again. Don't be stupid thrice.
Like we work for you, but you still got to listen to us sometimes." So he had to come down. He'd be like, "All right, I'm tripping. Type shit."
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. So I always watch this part of the movie, but like when it came on and like the dude that plays Captain Nagato or whatever gets on the ship.
Nagato was the homie.
And he start like yelling in like Japanese. The only thing I could think of. Godzilla.
So they're attacking these alien aircrafts, and these alien aircrafts are so advanced that they're literally jumping out of the way. Like swiftly. Like they're firing these missiles, and even in water, these motherfuckers is jumping out of the way. So now they really got to think and they really got to strategize. Now at this point, they done sent the Beyblades out.
They sent them out to the base.
They sent the motherfucking Beyblades out. These are the scariest yo-yos I've ever seen in my life.
Brother, when the dude got away from the helicopter, he dodged him. He like, oh, I'm good. I got away. And that thing turned back and ripped. I said, Lord, jeez.
It was like he barely scraped the bottom. He was like, bet, I'm good. The baby was like, no, you ain't.
No, you ain't coming.
Out the game. Then the one ran down on the Pop Warner baseball game.
I was like, oh, bro, they about to do this
to the children.
to the cheering.
But
I
it
said,
was
yo,
like, Dad.
Dad. All right,
And then
you
he
ain't no
looked, he was
threat.
like, okay, the little
You
boy ain't no threat. He
All
green.
right.
And he looked up and was like, bridge? Oh yeah, let me go fuck this bridge up.
Told the bridge up.
So the alien aircrafts are still squabbling with the Navy. And the Beyblades is just in the town, just running amok.
Tearing up everything. All the defense systems, all of everything, they just tearing it up. So,
and at this point, they've landed in a part of the mountains where Sarah and Mick have now seen them. Samantha. Sam. Right, he called her Sam.
Yeah.
Mick and Sam is like, okay, well, what the hell is going on here?
They were like, oh yeah, somebody said something about some aliens. And for some reason,
Yeah, because somebody drove
Mick
up
was
the
like,
mountain and was like, hey, y'all got to get off this mountain, cuz. And Mick was like, what the hell is going on? He was like, man, there's some shit going down. And people are using the word aliens.
People are
Mick
using
was
the
like,
word
aliens? He was
And
like, yeah, we gotta clear this whole mountain, cuz. So back on the ship,
this is when they
it
trying
was
to
like,
they trying to get everything together because they thinking that so at first when everybody found out that Hopper is in charge, everybody losing their stuff because like the one dude was like, hey man, who's in charge? They were like, Hopper? And we about to die.
y'all put him in charge. We all gonna die.
We about to die. But so like after like the aliens done did they little dude, they done broke down all the ships. There's only one ship left.
Because they managed to get their hands on one of them.
Yeah. So they get their hands on one of the aliens. So they just like, you know what I'm saying? They
trying to examine it, see what kind
they
of
trying to
technology
examine
it
it.
had on it.
And that's the wrong thing to do.
Woke
Alien
up.
get up and he just started wrecking shop on everybody. Everybody trying to go 1-on-1s, 1v1s with the alien, and he just piecing them up left and right. So they shooting at him. His armor ain't doing nothing. They hitting him with axes and everything else. That ain't doing nothing. So finally, like after he done beat up everybody and knocked Rihanna into the wall, Hopper was like, "Hey man, go to the
go back up to the control room.
Yeah, go back up to the control room and wait for my signal." So he take the alien outside to where the missiles, where the cannons are. So next thing you know, he done hit the alien with the cannon. Now I don't know how the alien ain't explode, but all it did was like take off his arm and threw him in the water. He probably did.
Oh no, he did explode.
No,
multiple pieces. And Rihanna nigga blew that nigga to the smithereens.
Mahalo.
Smithereens. So
because they are in Hawaii, I forgot.
Right, yeah, because they're in Hawaii. So they stop firing at the ships. The ships stop firing at them. And Hopper is chopping it up with Nagata and trying to figure out, okay, we can't go head up with them because their technology is too advanced. So what the hell are we gonna do? And Nagata was like, so we're in a tight spot because we can't see them. But hear me out.
They can't see us
either. So I'm not gonna lie. If I was on the ship, I was like, nigga, how the fuck you don't think they see us? When we had 3 ships, now we got 1. Mm-hmm. What you mean they can't see us? And he was
they can only see when you fire on them.
He was like, we still alive. So he was like, I got an idea. And this is where the concept of the actual Battleship game comes into play. Mm-hmm. Because they have these buoys, some above water and some submerged underneath, that when they receive a heavy current, they send signals back to the database.
Mm-hmm.
So he had them shut everything down and go old school and pull up the buoy system, for lack of a better term. It
Right.
was like we can track them using water displacement. So using water displacement, we can track the movement to see what direction they travel, and then we can try to cut them off 2 or 3 coordinates ahead, and you know what I'm saying, try to fire on them. And even
Right.
though the dope ass idea, the ships were still managing to dodge all of their attempts.
Right.
But eventually they get a little rhythm, they figure it out, they start firing on these ships, they start actually hitting, you know what I'm saying, and shit is looking good. So
They
back
take
on the
down one of the
mountain,
ships.
yeah. So back on the mountainside, one of the people who work for NASA end up running up to the part of the mountain where Mick and Sam was. And this
He
part might have
said,
been
"Are
like,
you a cyborg?" I said, "Oh, that's racist." He said, "Are you a psych? Is he a cyborg?" I said,
he
"Excuse
looked
me."
down, saw his legs, and was like, "Oh shit, he's a cyborg, or is he with them?" And Mick is just like,
Instantly said, "Yeah, that's racist. Got to be
"Yep,
racist.
that was racist. That was racist."
Got to be racist."
So they finally calmed him down, and he was like, "Yeah, I work for NASA. This, that, and third. Woo, woo, woo. I'm a part of the team that's been establishing this communication that we've been sending across the universe, which practically has resulted in these niggas being here in the first place."
Mm-hmm.
So Mick was like, you know what I'm saying, me being in the military as long as I have, one thing that I know that they're going to do is try to use our shit to establish communication. So
Right.
they can send word to the homies and bring more from here. So Buddy from NASA's whole thing was, I have what is needed to jam the communication so they can't send no signals out. So while they're on the mountain trying to disrupt the communication factor, Hopper and everybody else, you know, still fighting with these alien aircrafts.
Right.
So the whole water displacement thing is starting to work.
So they tell you like, and then the one that like Rihanna little sidekick, he came up. He was like, "Hey man, listen, hey, we used to take my our pet, what is it, iguana or something like that, to the
He
beach."
had a pet lizard,
Yeah.
because what he was saying, because he, with the one alien that they managed to get their hands on, they kept his helmet, and he was
Mm-hmm.
putting the helmet on, and he was like, "I ain't gonna hold you. The technology ain't that crazy. It's really just the whole helmet is just like wearing sunglasses."
Yeah.
So his theory is
We take them into the
they
sun.
cannot handle sunlight. Because
Mm-hmm.
just like my pet lizard, when we take my pet lizard to the beach, because I noticed that these aliens have the same exact eyes that my lizard did, they cannot handle sunlight. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that in mind. Because you're stupid, but you might be onto something.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens next?
So they take them. They're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna take them into the sun." And then him and Hopper start talking about like, "Oh, who was the best shot or something like that." So they both get on top of the ship with sniper rifles. So he's like, "I bet
Hold
as
on.
soon as we." Oh, because also
Hold on.
they had
Hold
to
on.
jam
They
they had to jam the signal.
but at what point did they lose the John Paul Jr.?
This point,
So
because
that's where we
remember,
at now?
yeah, because remember to make it to where they had to get them into the sun. So they shot the windows out, and then that's when they hit them with the missile. But as they hit them with the missile, they also fired
They sent the Beyblades out.
Yeah.
And started tearing that ship apart.
Yep,
I'm talking about ripping it to shreds.
They had a whole Titanic moment.
Like the way them Beyblades was doing the guts of that ship is the same thing Rashad was talking about with that damn chicken burrito. Like it was gonna do the same thing to your insides.
Definitely would.
So the ship goes down, and they no longer have a way to fight against these aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So Hopper comes up with a plan.
He's like, I know where ship is.
So they go back to the USS Missouri, where they had the opening ceremony for the games. And Beast was like, it's a 70-year-old ship. It's outdated. Steam engines. All the weapons are analog, not digital.
Mm-hmm.
This boat is a museum. But all of the old heads that were there from the opening ceremony, they are all like standing up on different parts of the boat. Like they were waiting for this shit to happen. Like we know them young niggas finna come and need us to run this boat.
Right.
So all the old heads march down to the deck where Hopper them is, and they approach Hopper. And it's like, is everything, you know what I'm saying? We've been seeing all this commotion and stuff. Is everybody all right? Hopper was like, yeah, we good. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna hold you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all being old retired vets, y'all have already served your country. You've already done your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can ask any more of you. But right now, I'm sorry, I have to ask. Like, we need to use the ship. So the old heads was like, bet. Like, we got tired of sitting around not doing nothing. We finna fire the motherfucker up. You feel me?
Yeah, let's go. I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
Let's do it. Them was the type of vets that they was like, it's when people do 20 plus years in the military and they retire and they still go and work jobs, they don't need those jobs for the money. They need those jobs just so that they're not sitting at home not doing nothing. Like they have to do something to keep themselves busy. So they go and take a little part-time job at Burger King,
Mm-hmm.
Best Buy, Home Depot. Like they got to keep themselves active so they're not just sitting at home just wasting away.
Right.
That shit is very real. So with everything that Beast said about the complications of running this super duper old Cadillac boat, all the old heads was like, don't worry about it. We got you. So they fire up this boat and they was like, we gotta ride the coastline so that we can ambush the no, because at this point it wasn't even about an ambush, but they had to ride the coastline so that they could get to a spot where they could blow up all the communication shit on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But as they turn the corner, they're met by Debo. They done blew up the initial aircrafts that met them at the beginning. But now the one that was sending the beams up for this bubble, now here come Big Debo out the water. And it's like, yep, here we go. Boss fight. Final boss fight at that.
See, this is the part where the movie got to where it went Fast and the Furious. It went real Fast and the Furious real fast. First of all, ain't no ship. I don't care what you do. I don't care how fast you drop that anchor. I don't care. The anchor would have tore off. Like you not dropping no ship and doing no spin out. So basically, they were messing with their radar because that's how they were tracking them or whatever. They said, all right, bet. So we gonna do this. We gonna get ready to drop the anchor when I say, and then we're gonna tell them up because the ship it couldn't turn. So the ship was too big; it
You know
couldn't
what?
turn.
Yep, I remember this. So
So
initially, they
yeah,
were going directly towards Depot. So Hopper was like, take all of the guns, point them to the right.
he was like, and they were like, "Yeah,
So
we
they was
about to
like, why
die."
the hell would you do that?
He was like, "We're
So
gonna die today." He was
so
like, no,
as
he
the
said something about we're
alien
gonna die.
so as the alien ship is looking at the USS Missouri, on their radar, they're red. Like they're a threat, they're gonna attack. But then
Mhm.
as they watch all the guns point to the right, everything went green. Like, okay, these niggas ain't finna come over here fucking with us. So Hopper's idea was point the guns away from the ship, drop the anchor. The rear end of the boat is gonna fishtail, and as soon as our guns line up with Debo, start lighting his ass up. Which was pretty smart. I'm not gonna hold you.
Also on the radar, you can't. It looks like more than one ship. The way that they were doing it. So
Mhm.
the ship was. So when they dropped the anchor for the ship, it looked like it was back this way when it was actually up here. So when they do fire on them, they're in a different spot. So the missiles that they send out don't hit.
Mhm.
That was the whole thing. And then he was like, he said something about, oh, we're gonna die. It was like, yeah, eventually,
I'm
we're
gonna
all gonna
die.
die,
You gonna die. We gonna die. Just not today.
just not today. And then they dropped the shit. And I said, yes, but that is Fast and the Furious right there, all the way. Like it was a feel good moment, but it was also like, oh, this is Fast and the Furious. So as that's happening,
And then he was even smart enough to drop the anchor on the side of the ship where Debo couldn't see it.
where it would slide up to. Oh, it would slide up perfectly to the ship. See, this is my problem when it gets like
It was like a drive-by.
it gets real. It gets real Fast and the Furious real fast. But anyway, so yeah, what was I getting ready to say? Yeah, so he gets they get the ship or whatever, and they fire. So they firing them. All the old dudes like, man, hey, drop hammer on them, drop the hammer on them. Take them out, do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get real nasty up here. We doing our thing. So they done fired on them, and they getting ready to so simultaneously. This is when Sam and what's my man name?
Mick.
Sam and Mick are at the satellite. So they gotta jam it so they can get the signal out so everything can go down. So at first they ram into it, you know what I'm saying, it breaks down. And then dudes come back, the aliens come back to try to fix it. They ram it with the car or whatever.
Yeah, they had like
so Mick, Mick get out the car. He like, hey man, what's up? I'm a 12-time glove winning champion or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You about to get these hands. You about to get these hands. The helmet coming off.
Oh, yeah, because he could look. If you Golden Glove and you certified.
Yeah,
I had a homeboy when I was in Alaska who was Golden Glove, and that nigga's hand was stupid.
Yeah. Super. Yeah, he was like, yeah, we going. It's going down.
One of the big armored aliens who has the Swiss Army knife Inspector Gadget hand walk up to the Jeep, and Mick was like, "Man, I got this." Got out the Jeep, walked up on him, had the cane in his hand. So when Buddy looked at Mick, he was like, "This nigga got a cane, green, not a threat. Don't even worry about it." Mick threw that cane down and tackled Buddy. I was like, this nigga's not scared of nothing.
Yeah, but the fact that he was a real veteran is crazy.
He went MMA on the alien.
That was dope. That was dope though. They actually found a bilateral amputee to play the part, and it's crazy because I don't know if he's a real actor, but like, bro, he was my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, he did good, man.
But he started squaring off with him. He doesn't give me that, and then next thing you know, the helmet come off, so he just started. He's like, The alien catch one to the mouth. He like, oh, he got hands.
He knocked teeth out of the alien.
Oh,
Why the alien got teeth?
Oh, he got hands. Like, he's certified. Oh, this
So
is her.
he get him out the helmet. The sun is coming up. So now the alien can't halfway see what he's doing because the sun is blinding him.
He just jacked.
And at this point, the ship is coming around the mountain, and they have one round left. Now, this round is about the length of an ironing board or longer.
And
it's taking everybody on the ship because they got to take it from the turret that Debo blew up and take it to the one good turret that they got left. So they get the round loaded. Debo, although Debo has been defeated, there was still a small component of Debo that's able to put these Beyblades together. So Debo is making the Beyblades, and they see it. They got the cannon pointed to the mountain to blow up communications. So Hopper was like, Sam, I hope and pray you got your ass out of there. So when Nagata sees Debo making the Beyblades, they know that because they only have that one round left, they have no way of stopping these Beyblades.
Yeah, they gonna probably die.
So Hopper was like, hey, it's been an honor serving with you, cuz. And Nagata was like, hey, man, the honor is mine. So they fired a round off, tear the whole mountain up, destroy all communications. And as the Beyblades are coming, now previously, when they beat Debo, the bubble came down. So the Admiral was like, every plane we got, we need to send it that way immediately. So the planes, the jets that he sent managed to shoot the Beyblades down, and then they finished Debo off. So the world is saved. They wasn't able to call back to the homies for reinforcement. They destroyed all communications. They destroyed all the ships. They destroyed Debo, and they get to the award ceremony where everybody who was left got promoted. Rihanna was looking good as hell in the Navy whites. I ain't gonna hold you. She was looking good in the Navy whites. They pulled Hopper's separation packet. That was like, nah, cuz we ain't gonna get rid of you no more. You straight. You know what I'm saying? Your brother would be proud. All is well. He finally built up the courage to ask Sam's dad to marry. He was like, nah, you good. He was like, but I just saved the world.
I just saved the world, cuz.
He was like, yeah, you did, but my daughter is my world, cuz, so no.
Yeah.
No means no. Matter of fact, you're making me late. I'm late for lunch. I'm about to go get a chicken burrito.
That was hilarious. That was a cool little ending touch.
Yeah.
She told you about that. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you might be all right, cuz. You might be all right.
You might be all right.
You might be all right.
OKC is up by 20 and there's 7 minutes left. These niggas is about to be the champions.
I hate it. This is
the fact that they actually played Battleship in this movie.
Yeah.
See, and this the type of shit I'm talking about. We reviewed a movie called Battleship, and they actually played Battleship. Our hostage, the nigga strapped himself with a bomb, not a single explosion. You see how this movie did what it was supposed to do?
You ain't gonna let it go. Huh? You ain't gonna let it go.
I'm not.
I understand, bro.
I am not, because not only is I Hostage on the Mount Rushmore of the worst movies that we reviewed this year, I would take it a step further and say I Hostage is top 5 worst movies we've reviewed since the inception of this podcast.
That's a strong take, bro.
That's just how I feel about it, bro.
That's a strong take. But like I said, this is a guilty pleasure movie for me, man. I'll watch it maybe like it's a movie that I'll watch maybe like once a month, maybe. I don't even know, but I just be watching it. I don't even be watching it. I just put it on, let it play in the background. Is this Pacific Rim? Yeah, there's movies like that. That just dumb action flicks you can just listen to. They ain't really, But no, love this movie. I said by no means is it a good movie. It's just so good it's bad. Or so bad it's good. But anyway, have you seen this movie? What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments below after you rewatch this review. And we appreciate you. We will see y'all on Tuesday for The Mask, starring Jimothy Carey. Starring Jimothy Carey. And then we will be back again on Sunday. Hopefully, whole crew will be here. I know Miko G will be in the building for our review of Predator's Killer of Killers. And then we will decide on the Tuesday movie after that. Probably going to start dropping the reviews early for you guys on the channel, just so you guys can get ready for it, get prepped, so you know what's going on, barring any tragedies or readjustments that we have to do. But yeah, so they're already up, and we will be jumping on those reviews, and we'll get back to you. This has been another episode of the Popcorn in Your Beard podcast. Go brush your teeth and enjoy your Monday. Actually, that was overkill.
And last but not least, I am the King MOE. And if this movie reminded me of anything, is that, hey, stop trying to get rid of the old people. Because old people be knowing shit.
The old people be knowing stuff. Stop doing stuff for the hoochie peppy that you don't need to be doing. Stupid. It was a $3 burrito that you could have went to jail for.
Because you wanted to be on America's Dumbest Criminals.
On America's Dumbest, because you got caught. Stupid.
You got caught.
We'll see y'all later. We'll see y'all later. And yeah, we love y'all. Peace. Before to cut everybody off like now.
I don't think I'll fight. That's wild.
Where are we talking about these questions? Orgy going on? My man, he's a show.
She aged like cheese.
You got
Speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
Practically become Bruce Wayne.
What we gotta do, Mika?
Push the goddamn button, man.